Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you some stuff that I've been working on. This time of year always gets really crazy because of the holidays. I try to make as much stuff as I can so that I can have a good month of selling things. This year I've also got a couple other developments going on where I started selling things with a local art gallery, Umbria Arts, so I gave them a lot of my inventory from Etsy, and then I wanted to restock my Etsy as well as make a lot of other things for a holiday market that I'm doing at a local vintage shop called At My House. That's on December 20th in Philadelphia from 12 to 5. So I've just been making lots and lots of stuff, and I'm kind of all over the place too creatively, but I love doing these show and tells, and I feel like I've got a lot of cool things to share. So I'm sitting at the coffee table in our living room area. This is my embroidery station. I have a pile of hoops over here that I'll start with. I got a lot of wooden hoops off of eBay recently, although throughout the summer into the fall, I've been trying to focus more on my small pieces that I make button frames for. So I've relied less on sourcing secondhand hoops. I just happened to find a really good listing on eBay for wooden embroidery hoops that I like, so that's why I got all of these. Well, first of all, something I made recently is this shirt, which is made from a bunch of secondhand blue t-shirts that my friend Ezra gave me. So I cut up lots of little patches and then sewed them on and made myself a long sleeve, sort of abstract patch shirt. I had a lot of fun last week making this one as well as another one that I cut up. I cut up a thrifted pinkish salmon colored ribbed dress that I got hoping to wear for myself, but it was too big and it had like weird stains on it. So I cut it up and also made a long sleeve shirt out of that one. But back to the hoops. I have a little bird hoop. I already embroidered the leaves, as you can see, but I have to finish the rest of it. I have a cow with a baby cow. I embroidered the grass, I just have to do the cows now. And this fabric is some kind of linen cotton situation. It's a thrifted curtain that I cut up. I have a house. This is a small little hoop. Not sure if this should be embroidered or beaded. This is a flower with a butterfly that I want to embroider the flower and then bead the butterfly. This is a simple coffee cup, but I would love to do some kind of pattern design for the mug, whether it be florals or maybe like a checkerboard. And this one I want to be beaded, so I am going to set that aside to bring upstairs where I keep more of my beaded stuff. And then the last hoop I have down here is this Peace on Earth hoop. I don't usually lean too much into Christmassy themed stuff, but sometimes I want to make something a little bit thematic, and I love doing Gothic font. So yeah, that's how this one developed. I also have a huge piece of scrap linen that I got secondhand, cut out a sewing pattern out of it to make a shirt for myself, and then this is what's left over. I started drawing out lots of little symbols. I have a shell, dice, a mushroom, a little bleeding heart, a pigeon, an eye, what's going to be a flower, another mushroom, a house, a swan, a pansy, a big eye, and that's as far as I got with drawing little symbols. This is my method for making small little squares and rectangles that I embroider or bead and then stretch over foam core, and then I make a little frame out of either beads or buttons or both of those, and then they're just tiny little art pieces that you can hang up on your wall. So I'm making all of these. I want to get done for the pop-up that I'm doing December 20th. And whatever I don't sell, I'll put on my Etsy eventually, but I like these pieces because I can keep them under 50 bucks. So that's the embroidery stuff I have over here. I also did finish one of my papier-mâché trees. This is the first papier-mâché tree that I made. The idea was I wanted to make this to be table decor for my pop-up. And I envisioned like hanging all of my little embroideries on it, on these things. The wire that I use, it's too thick, so I can't even get my pieces on this thing. So I put some random little ornaments on here. It is very like craftsy, but it does make me happy to see it. And this is my first prototype. It is another situation similar to my papier-mâché pumpkins, where I stacked up plastic bottles that I saved, filled those with plastic waste, glued them all together into a cone shape. This one had popsicle sticks that I glued all together that formed the cone shape, and then I papier-mâché'd over it. I actually did a little bit of papier-mâché today, this morning. It's still really early, but sometimes I just get very creative in the morning for some reason. Like after I eat breakfast, I need to digest before I do like yoga or go to the post office or whatever. I just get into some kind of project, and this morning it was papier-mâché. So I'll take you over to my kitchen table so that I can show you my other Christmas papier-mâché Christmas trees that I'm working on, as well as some painted bandanas that I started yesterday that I'm probably going to work on a bit today. That is a very wonky papier-mâché Christmas tree. The table is a bit of a mess right now, and it's all my mess. This is a painted bandana that I started yesterday. It's like a floral design with little sweet peas, and then I'm going to paint the butterflies with an outline, but then make it kind of a thorny outline. That's one bandana, and then I also made, I think I have 3 of these tan bandanas. These are repurposed sheets. That's also a repurposed sheet. I have a lists of symbol ideas that I want to reference, but I think I want to do sun designs on some of these. So for the papier-mâché tree, yeah, this one's really wonky. I'm working on papier-mâchéing the star today, and then when this is fully dry, I need to do the base of it, which is just cardboard right now. I also made a bunch of these stars that I'm little by little doing the corners of and papier-mâchéing. I also just made these random shapes to be Christmas ornaments that I could paint kind of cute and folksy. They're little like diamond-y shapes or just strange shapes that don't really mean anything. I also have this mini Christmas tree. It's so hard to keep the stars from tilting. This one I want to finish to put in our bathroom, and so I'm not adding the little wire hooks that I have on the other one that I made, but I do want to paint these a little bit more intricately with ornaments. Here's another star that I started. I was thinking these could be fun to make garland for the staircase, but it could also be cute. Maybe if they come out okay, I could make little, oh my god, ornament gifts for people. We'll see. I have a few other stars down here in my weird little mess pile of cardboard and stuff. Oh, I forgot, I started this painting the other day. Very early stages of it, where I just put in a rough background and grass. I haven't started painting the actual subject matter. It's gonna be a 4 of Pentacles painting, which is kind of a challenging card for me. 4 of Pentacles reversed, and I like the idea of trying to make work around tarot cards that are not as inspiring as others maybe. So anyways, that is one I started. Now I'll take you to my workroom and show you what I have in here, which is quite a bit of stuff and it's pretty messy. So my work table has just been so messy. I actually hung up some of my unfinished work, which it feels good to have it off of the ground. That's finished, and so is this one, but this stuff is not. Okay, up here in my workroom, I keep my beading projects, and I also keep some sewing projects. The other day, I started making scrunchies out of an old tablecloth, jumbo scrunchies. I'm not sure if I like how it's coming out though. Like, I do love that scrunchies are still very popular, and I like keeping scrunchies in my shop. It looks cute, but I think the fabric might just be a bit too thick. And also, oh, that took out my hair tie. Also, the elastic that I'm using is secondhand elastic and it's just not nice enough. I want to be making more high-end pieces, or like, I just don't want to sell things that aren't well made. Not that this isn't well made, but I don't like the idea of an elastic that's going to give anytime soon. So I made this one and I'm probably going to take it apart and try to figure out a use for the fabric. And then I started these two, which yeah, I am going to scrap that idea. I just don't think it was the right fabric or elastic for scrunchies. I also have up here a bleeding hearts hoop, which I need to put a backing on and a chain for hanging. And then I have a little apple tree hoop, so I'm gonna finish this one as well. Put these two in my shop today. I'm working on a beaded cow hoop. I've got some other hoops here that I'd like to bead. I have a bow and arrow. Everything has green fuzz on it because I was sewing with green velvet a couple days ago. I have an apple with an arrow through it that I'd like to bead, an eye, classic, and an ace of cups, which I just like to make ace of cups every so often because I like having an ace of cups up on the wall to look at and think about abundance and gratitude. So if I sell a piece that I made that's an ace of cups, I like to restock it with a new piece that's ace of cups. So those are my hoops for beading. I also started making, but I didn't get very far, a corduroy skirt. I cut out the pieces, I pinned the darts. This is just going to be for myself, out of my brown corduroy. And the sewing pattern, here's the sewing pattern. I'm doing the A-line one, and I'm not doing it exactly floor length, but somewhere a little bit more like ankle length or something. I just need more warm weather clothing. I have one really good pair of wool pants, but I can only hand wash them, so they tend to sit on my floor for a while until I have the energy to hand wash it, and then they're good for another like 3 wears, and then I have to wash them again. I want to go thrifting soon, but I also just want to make myself some more winter clothing. So I have that skirt. I did also cut out some clothing pieces to make out of linens, which isn't really helpful. Like, I have to stop making linen clothing this time of year and save it for the spring. But I cut out a skirt, another basic skirt actually, the same one that I did. It's essentially the same one as the corduroy skirt, but I have made this one already for my witch costume. And I have this like rusty colored linen that literally I just didn't know what to do with, and there was just enough of it to make a skirt. So I cut that out and I want to make it for myself, but it's not really good for winter clothes. And then I also cut out this pattern, which I've been wanting to make. This shirt, it's like a shirt jacket sort of a thing, long sleeve. I cut it out of yellow linen, the same yellow linen that I drew out all those little pieces on. Mostly what I want to do is test out this pattern and just see how it fits on me. So if it fits okay, I'll keep it for myself. And if it doesn't, I'll embroider it and try to sell it in my shop. I really want to make a top that's inspired by the Page of Wands. I want to make clothes inspired by all of the tarot cards. And so this yellow top and that sort of rusty orange colored skirt that I want to make, that's going to be a Page of Wands ensemble. But it'd be really fun to embroider lizards and other symbols on the yellow top to make it really look like the card, but in a modern interpretation. If it ends up fitting me, I'm going to remake it in a cotton flannel, because I got a couple cotton flannels from Mood Fabrics recently from their Dead Stock collection, and they were pretty affordable, and that'll be more winter appropriate. I think that's everything. That is all of the stuff that I've got going on, which is a lot of projects, and I do feel a bit all over the place, which I always am, but like especially this time of year. Hi, Drew. Excuse me. I'm trying not to overwork myself, but it is in my nature to push myself a bit too hard. I just really want the pop-up to go well, and I have a lot of preparing to do for it, but most of all I want to have enough stuff so that my table looks good. That's what's going on with me. Besides that, it'd be really nice to make an outfit to wear for the pop-up, and it'd be really fun to make a Christmas dress or like a Yule dress for the holidays. And also a New Year's Eve outfit would be fun too. I feel like that's the sort of stuff that makes YouTube fun, when people make videos of making like holiday New Year's dresses. I hope you liked seeing all of the projects I've got going on right now for December, and I hope you have a good start to your month, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!